My name is Chelsea Bond. I completed a doctorate of philosophy at the School of Population Health, University of Queensland. I chose the University of Queensland because at that time there was a really strong focus on Indigenous health research. I completed my undergraduate degree with the Centre for Indigenous Health at the University of Queensland, and there was a real strong push from lecturers there who encouraged me to pursue postgraduate studies. So I was really excited to be a part of that team, and I knew I'd have supportive supervision. My experience as a postgraduate student, to be perfectly honest, was extremely challenging. I had 3 children during the course of my study, so I had at one point 3 children under the age of 4 years of age, and that was certainly a big juggling act. It was also quite isolating, culturally and academically. The change from going from a classroom environment to studying independently was really hard, and I had to quickly learn how to be self-motivated and disciplined with my time. Culturally, it was extremely isolating because even as an undergraduate student, I didn't know many friends or family members who had gone to university. So understanding what a PhD was about and the challenges of completing a PhD, there wasn't really anyone I could relate to within my own social networks. The support that I had from the community was something that I really value, and it certainly made my job a lot easier. I also had a lot of support from my academic supervisors. They were always at the end of the phone or an email, and always made themselves available for me when I needed them, and were quick to respond to requests or issues that I had. So that the level of time they invested in me was something that I'm certainly very grateful for. Having undertaken postgraduate study has certainly assisted my career tremendously. Last year I was awarded the National NAIDOC Scholar of the Year, and I recently was appointed the Research and Teaching Manager of the Inala Indigenous Health Service. I've had my work published in a number of health and medical journals, and certainly it's raised my profile. But within the general population, having the title doctor certainly opens doors and gives you permission to have audiences that you would normally not have. The most important advice to other Indigenous students is to persevere. It's definitely worth doing, and it is hard, but there are a lot of supports around, whether it's financial assistance or whether it's support from the Indigenous Studies Unit. Just ask for help, and don't be afraid or ashamed to ask for help, and you will get through. There are still too few Indigenous people undertaking university studies, let alone postgraduate studies. So my advice to other Indigenous people who have the opportunity to undertake postgraduate studies is to seize on it. I think we have an obligation to past generations who have opened the door for us, as well as future generations, not to take hold of that opportunity while we have it.